Felicity from GetYourRockOut here with a couple of the guys from Jameson Raid. How are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you, Felicity. Yeah, enjoying ourselves.
Yep, we've certainly had a bit of fun so far, haven't we?
Yep.
Do you get to stay around the whole weekend, or are you having to leave quite soon?
I'm going to stay most of tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
Because I want to see some more bands tomorrow and tonight.
Yeah, do a bit of mingling and just
yeah.
enjoy the atmosphere, really, soak it all up. So, yeah, it's good.
And you guys have just played, so tell us all about the set.
Well, we managed to get 6 numbers done. 5 of them were new ones, which we've never played before. And they went well. I think the audience liked them, so that's encouraging. We played one of our old favourites, and yeah, that was it for today. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing them, and although I love playing the old songs, and I'll never stop playing the old songs, we've already agreed that, it's also great to play new stuff as well.
Brilliant, and it's really good to hear that it went down so well.
It went well, yeah, it went well.
And this was your first gig?
Yeah, it was, yeah, thrown in the deep end, just how we like it, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was good fun. Got the right adrenaline across, didn't we? And yeah, it was
you
definitely...
hit them, didn't you?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Got to hit them drums.
You've got to hit them.
So what was it like for you to be, kind of with the whole new lineup going on for such a big gig? Was it quite a terrifying experience, or were you all feeling really quite confident about how you were?
I wouldn't say it was terrifying,
Okay.
but it was interesting. Because you always have to ask yourself, is everybody going to remember the arrangements? Especially when you're playing so many new songs.
Yeah.
Are you going to remember them? Are you going to get it right? But everybody did, so that drilling worked, you see.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because it wasn't only just myself, also Dave, the guitarist, it was his first gig.
Yeah.
So, thrown in at the deeper end, one might say. But yeah, it was good. We got through it, had some fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully entertained, which is the most important thing, play to the fans.
And you're launching a pledge campaign on the 1st of December, which is like 3 days away, which is quite terrifying actually to think how close December is. It's a horrendous
It is,
thought.
isn't it? Yeah.
And so is this lineup going to be the lineup that's recording the new album?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we've got already about 15 songs ready for the new album.
Wow.
It's going to be a problem to choose which ones we actually get to put on there. And we're very happy with them. Some of them we played today, but there's a lot of others still working on.
Wow.
But this lineup will be the lineup to do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But the CD that we're bringing out through Pledge, that was done, that's already ready. So, yeah, it's just we're using Pledge and asking people to help us with that to raise the money to promote it and pay for the production of the CDs and so on.
Oh, interesting. So a completely different way of using the pledge, actually, which
I think
is
so,
fantastic.
yeah. Most people use it, don't they, just to
Yeah,
raise
pay for
money
the
for a whole
studio.
album and the studio and so on. But because it's 3 tracks, we did that ourselves.
Wow.
But this is going to be the production and promotion of, yeah.
Fantastic. And how have fans reacted to that way of doing things so far? Have you had a good feedback from it so far?
The reactions have been, what? I think a lot of people don't know what Pledge is. A lot of people aren't yet used to crowdfunding, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we'll just have to see when it starts what the reaction's going to be. We're not trying to raise a fortune.
Yeah.
So we've got a reasonable amount of money we're asking for help with. So I'm hoping it will go all right. And we'll see what the reactions are like. But the nice thing is, I think that you can get close to people because you can do funny things with them. We're saying, I don't mean to lie. Oh, I don't know.
Well, you might be.
New Pledge. Come and do something funny with Lars.
Well, anything for the band, mate.
Anything for the band, yeah. But, so we've said, for example, that we'll record a song of their choice, we'll video it, we'll put a personal message on it, and they can pick almost whatever they like, as long as they don't pick the Wombles of Wimbledon or something really stupid. Then we'll record it, play it, video it, and send it to them,
That's fantastic.
It's nice and it's fun to do, and that's VIP treatment at a gig. What else have we got?
trying to remember now.
It's pretty on the spot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, yeah.
See if I've done my own work, isn't it?
You can have a coffee with the band or a drink
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meet up at a show. We got
Yeah.
guest passes to a
Yeah.
show, that kind of thing. Signed T-shirts, bits and
All the
pieces,
usual bits and
all the
pieces as
usual.
well.
But
Yeah.
I think Pledge, unusual to go with Pledge because we've already got the product. But I think it's useful because we want to give people a little bit more. But it's always a little bit difficult to be able to do it. So the Pledge is a nice thing because people invest in the band and get something back. They get something a little bit new. And because the band has a lot of heritage, but the new EP is new EP, it's new material. So some people might sit back and go, oh, well, is it still Jameson Raid? And this way they can get a little bit more than just a CD. They can meet the band, they can get signatures, they can get T-shirts. And then they can get this new EP and then decide for themselves if they like it and if it is still Jameson Raid, you know, which I 120% say it is. It's fantastic.
I mean, have fans been supportive? Are there fans thinking that, you know, this is still the band that they love, or have you had people saying, oh, we're not sure if we like this new lineup?
I think that most of the bands accept the fact that you can't keep an old lineup going and going and going. Our original guitarist Ian lives in Thailand now.
A couple of logistical problems.
There are a few logistical problems. It used to cost him when he came over £1,000 in flights, and that's before anything else. And it just makes it awfully difficult. Yeah, you got to rehearse, you got to eat and drink, you got to travel. It makes it awfully difficult. John, the old bass player, he had a super management job, still got it, of course, and he's the leader of over 200 people in his job. Makes it difficult to say, well, I'm just going off to play bass with Jameson, right? So I think people accept that it's inevitable. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. But we always wanted 4 people in the band with an equal share in the band, you know? It's not that we say, oh, you can come play with us for a couple of gigs. When you're in the band, you're in the band, and you have to make the most of it.
And are you feeling happy about this lineup? Are you feeling,
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I am.
There's no turning back now.
There's no turning back now.
Are you just saying that because he's here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if I disappear, ask the question.
Actually, we wanted desperately to have a really good drummer, and we found it in Lars, and we're just delighted with his playing.
Wow. Flattery will get you
Don't
everywhere.
tell him. Don't tell him I said. No, it's true. So that's great. And now with Dave on guitar, he used to play for Martial Law. He's a good guy, a good player. He's going to bring a lot to the solos and stuff as well. And really pleased to have him too. Really am. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to hear you sounding so positive about it. It's definitely a good sign.
Yeah.
In the next kind of 6 months, what have you got planned? What are you thinking that you're going to be doing?
We're very interested in internet radio stations. We think that they're the way to go. Yeah, I think that the market's going to grow and grow and grow. I can see it happening, and so we're going to be promoting our CD on internet stations, but then worldwide. So and see what happens with that. Introducing the new music from an old band is always a tricky thing to do. It is. You have to face it, you know. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully people like it, enjoy it.
From kind of a newcomer's point of view, though, I still kind of feel like that all the new stuff has still got that original Jameson Raid edge, but it stands up with the modern bands now anyway. And it just, so for me, it hasn't taken anything away from the original Jameson Raid sound. We've still got the fantastic vocals, which is key to the band, if you ask me. You know, it's always Terry that gave it that sound and that edge. And you know, I'm quite a heavy-hitting modern player, and Dave is a lovely guitarist with loads of different, sides to the coin, so to speak. So, hopefully, with the new blend, with the fantastic new songs that Jameson Raid has got, it will be a real kick in the teeth for people in a good way. Sink their teeth into it, really enjoy the new tracks, and be able to blend between the new and the old ones. You know, we did a lot of new tracks today, but they still stood up with the old tracks, haven't they?
Yeah,
and I think
so.
they'll stand the test of time just as well.
The new tracks will become the old tracks,
Yeah.
and hopefully people will ask for them as well. Yeah.
And are you planning on touring at any point in the near future?
We're looking for management. Yeah, and we're looking for help with productions and things. So at the moment, we still have to arrange most of our own things. Not this Hard Rock Hell. That came through friends. So we've got no touring plans at the moment. Those have to be worked out.
But definitely in the pipeline for...
In the pipeline, we want to work.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today. It has been a pleasure. And if you're staying around, I have no doubt that I'll run into you in a bar somewhere at some point tonight.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much,
All right,
guys.
Misty, thanks a lot.